Hi everyone, welcome to the second webinar of a series of webinars and workshops conducted by TCS in lieu of the upcoming CIMA operational case study examinations happening in November 2023. My name is Nick and I'm the lead tutor and evaluator for OCS at TCS. So today is an extremely important webinar because I will be taking you through some parts of the Preseen document. So before we get into the nitty-gritties, let's look at what I'm planning to cover in tonight's session. First things first, I will be highlighting about what you need to do when it comes to pre-seen application, because when developing your answers, whenever it is necessary, you need to bring in information from the pre-seen, which will ensure that you gain extremely good marks at your exam. So there's a methodology which you need to adhere to. So all these tips will be provided in the first part of tonight's webinar. And in the second part, I will be taking you through an industry analysis, thereby highlighting what happens within the industry in which personal best is located. Then in the third part of tonight's webinar, I will be taking you through the first part of the pre-scene, thereby providing an introduction into personal best, as well as highlighting some parts of its internal dynamics. So let me remind you about the OCS webinars and workshops which we have planned to hold so far. So we have already completed the first webinar study technique, where I provided 7-week study plan. And if you stick to the study plan, you can easily complete all preparations way before the examination. So if you missed out on it, please watch the recorded version via our website, which is www.study@tcs.com. And in tonight's session, as I told you earlier, I'm taking you through the pre-seen document. And in the third webinar, again, which is an extremely important webinar, which is happening on the 1st of October, which is a Sunday at 10 a.m. UK time or 9 GMT, I'll be highlighting answering technique, because it's of utmost importance that you understand how to develop answer plans. And whilst developing the answer plan, you will also learn how to manage your time appropriately, because most OCS students end up failing the exam because they run out of time, because they have no clue about how to structure their answers. So all these problems can be avoided if you attend the third webinar and learn the answer planning technique. Then in the fourth webinar, which is happening on the 8th of October, I will be talking about the common reasons for failure and what you need to do to overcome these issues. And on top of that, I will also highlight how you are supposed to, or what you need to do to develop a higher level of confidence. And on top of that, I will also take you through examiners comments, so that you really understand what is expected from you and what you need to do to gain extremely good marks. So that's the fourth webinar. And the final two workshops are developed with the intention of conducting Q&A sessions. So I will be also providing additional tips during these Q&A sessions, but the highlight of these Q&A sessions is to ensure that whenever you face problems whilst attempting mock exams, you can raise these things in the middle of preparations. So these make use of these two Q&A sessions to your fullest benefit as well. All right. So having said that, let's get into the nitty-gritty. So pre-seen application, what is the right approach? So first things first, if you are to bring in information from the pre-seen, you need to, before you do that, you need to know your key information, such as, for example, personal best sells 3 categories of protein bars. Okay. So after I take you through the Preseen document, you'd understand what I'm talking about. Okay. So you need to go through the Preseen document, especially the annotated Preseen. Then you need to watch the 4 Preseen analysis videos. Then on a continuous basis, refer to the 3 TikTok videos, which you'd receive by the end of the upcoming week. If you do that, you'd know your key information. So you need to go through all these things, the annotated Preseen, the Preseen analysis documents, and the TikTok vids to know the key information. Then you need to go through the financial analysis slides, which we provide as well. Um, we have conducted a ratio analysis, as well as we have evaluated the SOPL, the SOFP, as well as the statement, the cash flow statement. And you need to remember the key ratios, because whenever you are developing answers for the OCS exam, if there is a question pertinent to something like working capital management, you need to be conversant with um, ratios such as activity ratios. So you need to go through the financial analysis slides as well as the financial analysis video. Then you'd understand what each of these ratios are telling you about. And you have to prepare for possible scenarios, but be open-minded. So throughout the annotated Preseen and throughout the Preseen analysis videos, I have highlighted possible exam scenarios which can be tested, as well as possible syllabus areas which can be tested. Although these possible scenarios as well as exam areas have been highlighted, you need to be open-minded, because you cannot predict the type of scenario or question which will be thrown at you at the real exam. So it's better to be open-minded, then you'd think in a practical manner. And if you can think practically, then you are in a position to gain extremely good marks at your OCS examination. I'm telling this especially because CIMA is a professional qualification. There's absolutely no point of you trying to memorize scenarios or memorize answers, because at the real exam, a practical problem will be highlighted, and the examiner is expecting a practical solution to which needs to be developed based on the information provided as part of the scenario or the question. So it's extremely beneficial if you are open-minded, and always remember that the scenario presented in the exam carries the latest information. So via the Preseen document, the examiner is giving you information about what has happened within the company in the past. So the Preseen consists of 4 main areas. In the first part, there is an introduction about the company, which indicates what has happened within the company since inception, what the founders of the company are up to, what type of directors are there within the company. And in the second part of the Preseen document, the examiner highlights the internal dynamics of the company, thereby explaining what happens within various different departments of the company. And in the third part of the Preseen document, information pertaining to the industry dynamics, or what happens within the chosen industry, is highlighted. And in the last part of the Preseen document, financial statements have been provided. So in all throughout all these 4 areas, the examiner tells us about what has happened in the past, what has happened within the industry, as well as what has happened within personal best in the past. However, at your real exam, it's as if you are walking into office and you open an email, and the examiner gives you an indication about what the company faces right now, right now, or right at the present. So there's absolutely no point of knowing your Preseen inside out, yet if you do not know how to understand the question and develop an appropriate answer and fulfill the requirements fully, just because you know your Preseen, you are not gonna pass your examination. So bear that in mind. Once you attend the third webinar, you will better understand what I am talking about. All right, then how are you supposed to refer to Preseen information within your answers? So you are supposed to refer or cite in such a way that it adds value to your answer. So just because you bring in information from the Preseen, you are not going to get any marks. Unless otherwise, the point which we have highlighted is relevant to the question and adds value to your answer. So these areas will also be covered in the third webinar. I will be highlighting what you need to do, or what you need to do when it comes to deciding which information is relevant and which information is irrelevant, and which information, only relevant information, needs to be brought into your answer. And there's absolutely no point if you try to force it in to show the marker that we have studied the Preseen. As I told you earlier, just because you bring in irrelevant information from the Preseen, you are not going to get any marks. So attend the third webinar, exam technique, which is happening happening on next Sunday, to gain an in-depth understanding about how to bring in information from the Preseen whilst developing your answer plans or answer structures. And you can also master these techniques, especially when it comes to bringing in information from the Preseen, by referring to the suggested answers and answer plans of the mock exams which we have already developed. And you can also learn these tips, or you can improve the skill set by watching the OCS master classes as well. As I've told you earlier, within the master classes, we are teaching you theory, as well as we are making sure to improve your application skills whilst explaining as and when Preseen information is brought into an answer. So all these things will be discussed in depth in the third webinar, as well as during the OCS master classes. All right, so what should be your study plan for E1, F1 and P1? Because as I highlighted in the first webinar, the OCS exam is a highly theoretical examination. You are playing the role of a finance officer who is located at the lowest level of the organization. So you are involved with the daily activities of the company. So as a finance officer, you need to be really conversant with F1 and P1 related areas. So a higher level of prominence is provided for the P1 syllabus, and you know the F1 syllabus is also tested. Certain IASs and IFRSs as well as taxation rules will be tested, but there is an extremely low level of prominence provided for the E1 syllabus. So you have to prepare for application of theories and concepts, because as I told you earlier, as a finance officer, you need to be really thorough with especially P1 and F1 related theories and concepts. And also, you are supposed to interpret figures and numbers. Mind you, there's you are not supposed to do any calculations at the OCS exam. Instead, as part of the question or as part of reference material under each question, the examiner will give you facts and figures or numbers. Your role is to interpret these facts and figures or numbers. So for instance, if I talk about um, something like variance analysis, so when you are doing your OTQ exams, if you're coming through the CIMA general route, you would have done your OTQ exams, and in your OTQ exams, whenever a variance analysis related question is thrown at you, you need to do calculations and pick an answer. However, at the case study examination, you need not do any calculations. Instead, the variances will be provided as part of reference material or as part of the question itself. Your role is to interpret each of these variances. Your role is to highlight interconnections or interrelationships between the variances which are provided at the exam. So You are not supposed to do any calculations. Instead, you are supposed to interpret figures and numbers. And when going through the theoretical content, do not skip any topic, especially if you are going through P1 and F1 related areas, because any area from P1 and F1 can be tested at your exam. And there's absolutely no point of relying on predictions, as any area can be examined at the OCS exam. So I've seen tutors, you know, giving predictions about the type of scenarios or the questions or syllabus areas which can be tested. You cannot predict anything. Instead, the best thing to do is to attempt mock exams which covers the entire syllabus. So that's exactly what we have done at TCS. We have already developed 5 mock exams, and the 5 mock exams along with the suggested answers will be uploaded by tomorrow morning. So by 7 a.m. UK time, all 5 mock exams will be uploaded to the exam platform. So um, whilst developing these 5 mock exams, we have made sure to cover the entire syllabus so that you do not miss out on any syllabus area. So if you attempt our mock exams under exam conditions, and after attempting it, after receiving tutor feedback, if you do your revisions based on the answer plans, if you work on developing your own answer plans again and again, then it's as if you are revising all areas, all syllabus areas, and that's what is needed for you to pass the exam comfortably. So since you are not supposed to rely on predictions, since any area can be examined, you need to attempt mocks which covers the entire syllabus. Then there's absolutely nothing for you to worry about syllabus coverage or conceptual or theoretical coverage when um, carrying out preparations for your exam. Okay, so having said that, before we move on to the industry analysis and the Preseen analysis, let me quickly mention what we offer at TCS. So, if you are yet to check out the free content, simply click on this button and create a user profile. And once you do it, you will have access to all the recorded versions of the webinars. You will also have access to a mini mock, its suggested answer and the answer plan. And on top of that, you will have access to the first part or the first video of the Preseen analysis. Out of the 4 Preseen analysis sessions, you will have access to the first one. And before purchasing our content, I want you to check out our sample material as well by simply clicking on this button. Okay, so we are offering 3 main packages focused on the November 2023 OCS examination. So the first package is named as the Essentials Pack. If you purchase the Essentials Pack, you'd gain access to the recorded versions of all webinars and workshops. You will also get your hands on the 5 mock exams with suggested answers and the 4 Preseen analysis videos, and the package is priced at £99. So if you are a student who is coming through the CIMA general route, and if you had aced your OTQ exams without failing any of your OTQ exams, if you passed your OTQs first time, then it appears that you have some type of discipline when it comes to carrying out preparations on your own. It appears that you are comfortable with 100% self-learning, and if that is the case, simply go for the Essentials Pack. Then moving on to the value pack, it comes with all the material which comes under the Essentials Pack. Additionally, you'd get your hands on the annotated Preseen. You will see what an annotated Preseen is in a while, because I will be conducting the Preseen analysis based on the annotated Preseen. So the annotated Preseen is extremely easy to use, and it gives you a good summary of the most important points which you need to remember. And as part of these annotations, based on the hints provided by the examiner, I have also mentioned possible exam scenarios as well as possible syllabus content which can be tested at your exam. And you'd also get your hands on the industry analysis slides. You will see what the industry analysis slides are like in today's session as well, because I will be conducting the industry analysis based on the industry analysis slides. So you need not do your own research. Simply go through the set of slides which we have provided. Then you'd gain an in-depth understanding about the industry dynamics. Then you'll also get your hands on the financial analysis slides. So these are the type of financial analysis slides you would get your hands on. So we have, as part of the financial analysis slides, we have evaluated the SOPL, the statement of financial position, as well as the statement of cash flows. And at the very end, a ratio analysis has been conducted, and all ratios, each of the ratios have been evaluated in depth. Yet I've kept the explanations as simple as much as possible, with the intention of ensuring that you can easily understand about what is highlighted within these financial analysis slides. So that's what our financial analysis cards look like. Then you'd also get your hands on um, um, the top 10 likely issues, which highlights the type of scenarios which can be tested at the real exam. Also, you'd get access to the case study familiarization kit. You'd have access to a tutor managed live chat via Twilio, via your student dashboard itself. And you'd also get your hands on the theory recaps of E1, P1, and F1 related OTQ syllabus content. So rather than going through pages and pages of theoretical content, you can simply brush up your knowledge in the with regards to OTQ syllabus areas by referring to our OTQ revision cards. And the package is priced at £199. So if you are a student who is coming through the CIMA general route, yet if you had struggled with your OTQ examinations, if you failed to pass any of your OTQ examinations in the first sitting, then you need some type of additional support, and the value package is for you. And looking at the premium package, it comes with all content which are covered under the value pack. On top of it, you'd get access to the online mock exam platform or the learning management system which we have developed. So we have developed the mock exam platform to be akin to the Pearson VUE system, which you'd use at your real exam. So when attempting each of your mocks, you can attempt it under real exam conditions, which is going to be extremely beneficial for you. Why? Because when attempting each mock exam, I want you to stick to the answering and time management techniques, which I will highlight in the third webinar. Because just because you know your answering and time management techniques, you can't implement these strategies or techniques at your real exam. You need to practice it. And the best way to practice these techniques and champion these techniques is to attempt each mock via the exam platform. And once you attempt each of the mocks via the exam platform, the answer scripts will be automatically shared with the relevant tutor, and your answer scripts will be marked within 48 hours, and the feedback document will be uploaded to your student dashboard. So in one place you can easily get everything done. You can attempt the mock exams, you can download your feedback documents, you can refer to the mock exams, the suggested answers, as well as the answer plans, and all other study material can be accessed via your student dashboard itself. So, and on top of that, you'd receive professional marking and one-to-one tutor feedback on 3 mocks, namely mocks 3, 4, and 5. So the first 2 mocks are developed with the intention of ensuring that you get your bearings with the answering and time management techniques whilst attempting the 2 mock exams, the first 2 mock exams. Then mock 3 onwards, things get serious. So that's exactly why we are providing tutor feedback for mocks 3, 4, and 5. So let me show you the type of tutor feedback you'd receive if you opt for the premium package. So on a paragraph by paragraph basis, I've provided evaluations, as you can see, and so throughout the answer, there are in-depth evaluations which I've provided, and at the very end, mark allocations are provided on a subtask by subtask basis. And we also uh, have come up with a success rate. So the success rate determines the areas or the subtasks in which you have done an extremely good job, or the areas in which you have not done too good. And after receiving tutor feedback, what you need to do is, when it comes to revisions, just focus on areas where your success rate is not up to par. So if you look at these students answer script, the student, when it comes to conducting revisions, ideally the student should focus on developing answer plans for subtasks 1B and 1C, subtask 3B, and subtask 4B. All right, so revisions are made simple as well if you stick to our study system, and at the very end, general comments are also provided with the intention of ensuring that the student further improves the skills and capabilities when it comes to developing answers. So um, and this comes with 20 master classes where I will be explaining the logic behind each and every answer. Whilst explaining the logic, I will also be teaching you theory. I told you that all 5 mocks have been developed covering the entire OCS syllabus. So whilst explaining each answer, I will be teaching you theory, as well as I will be providing hints pertaining to how to improve application skills. On top of that, I will also talk about how and when relevant Preseen information needs to be brought into your answer. So these are covered under the 20 master classes. So if you want to learn theory, improve your application skills, then you simply need to watch master classes. You need not refer to any study material. And you have also have access to the tutor-led webinars and workshops, and this comes with a monthly installment option. You can pay in 2 installments, and the a premium package comes with a pass guarantee. So in order to claim the pass guarantee, you need to fulfill all these requirements. You need to complete all mock exams, because without attempting all 5 mocks, you cannot pass the exam. Take it from me, there is no shortcut when it comes to the OCS exam, because this is a highly technical examination. Actually speaking, out of the 3 case studies, OCS, MCS, and SCS, OCS is the hardest, because theoretical knowledge is heavily tested at this exam. So you need to cover the entire syllabus. If you are to do so, you have to attempt all 5 mocks. And I will be also looking at the originality of the solution. Just because you replicate the answer plan or the suggested answer, you are not gonna improve your skill set. So if you do that, you will not be eligible for the pass guarantee. And I expect you guys to gain more than 40 marks on average, 40% on average for mocks 3, 4, and 5. This type of a standard is brought in with the intention of ensuring that you are serious when attempting your mock exams, at least when attempting mocks 3, 4, and 5. So what this pass guarantee tells you is that if you end up purchasing the premium package, yet if you end up failing the examination, you will have access to the same package, premium package, free of charge in your subsequent sitting without having to pay a cent. Okay, so the package is priced at £549. However, if you pay in full, you can save £50. So you can purchase the package for £499 if you pay in full, or if you can opt for 2 installments of £275 each as well. So these are 2 monthly installments, and all products are available until the 28th of February. So if you are planning to do your exams in February, you can purchase now itself and start preparations way ahead of schedule. And also I request you guys to check out the OCS study plan. So we are in week number 1, and as I highlighted in our first webinar, which was conducted last week, the first week is dedicated towards the pre-scene. Okay, so you are supposed to attend the second webinar, which you have already done. So you should be happy about yourself. Then you are supposed to watch the pre-scene analysis videos within the upcoming week. Refer to the annotated pre-scene and refer to financial analysis, industry analysis, and top 10 issue slides. I hope you would start your preparations right now and cover all these areas within the upcoming week. All right. So, and if you're not yet part of our OCS WhatsApp group, simply click on this button and join it. All right. So having said that, let's move on to the pre-scene analysis. So first things first, before I take you through the pre-scene document, I'm going to highlight certain aspects of the industry so that you are in a position to better understand what is highlighted within the pre-scene and what personal best is up to. All right. So I'm referring to the industry analysis slides which we have developed. I'm not going to take you through the entire set of slides. Instead, I'm just going to focus on 2 or 3 slides which are extremely relevant for you. Okay, so market division. So what type of a market are we operating in? So we are in the pre and post workout snacks market. So before working out or after working out, with the intention of regaining energy, individuals consume pre or post workout snacks. So that's what that's the type of industry in which personal best operates. So what is this industry about? This industry offers a range of food and beverage products. So when it comes to food, we are talking about protein bars, and when it comes to beverages, we are talking about protein shakes. Okay, so range of food and beverage products that are specifically formulated and marketed to be consumed immediately before or after a physical workout session. So immediately before the physical workout session, an individual can eat a protein bar or drink a protein shake, and right after the workout session, same thing applies. You can eat a protein bar or drink a protein shake. And what are the product characteristics of what is offered as part of workout snacks? The producers or the manufacturers of workout snacks need to focus on the functionality. Functionality is to optimize exercise performance, and these workout snack manufacturers need to offer convenience to customers as well. So these products needs to be portable and easy to prepare. So for instance, if you look at protein bars, you can carry it in your pocket easily. And when you look at protein shakes, you are supposed to add water to the protein shake, shake it and drink it. So preparations should be extremely easy. And the manufacturers within this industry need to focus on the form as well, because snacks come in 2 main forms. As I told you earlier, it comes as a snack, which is known as a protein bar, or it comes as a beverage or drink, which is known as a protein shake. And the manufacturers need to focus on the time aspect as well. Pre-workout protein bars as well as protein shakes provide quick energy, and post-workout protein snacks provide recovery nutrients. So these are the main market dynamics. Then moving on, I want to talk about the industry trends as well, because based on these areas, probable exam scenarios can be thrown at you. So most of the leading brands out there within this industry focus on achieving these things. So these things were not there within the industry previously, but recently these trends had come into the picture, and these trends will continue into the future as well. So the manufacturers are coming up with global flavors. So this is akin to what McDonald's, fast food joints, international fast food joints such as McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, and whatnot are doing. So if you go to a KFC in any country, the beef burger tastes the same. So likewise, most multinational players within this industry go for global flavors. So the flavor is common in any part of the world. So that's a new trend which had come up, and inclusive marketing had come in because this industry has everything to do with fitness and physical well-being. So with that, inclusive marketing campaigns have been carried out. So nowadays, if you look at this industry and the way in which they advertise, you won't only see lean people. Instead, you'd see people with with different body shapes. So body shaming had gone out of the picture within this industry, because in this industry body shaming used to be there, but it's not there anymore. There's instead they have adopted inclusive marketing, and B2C sales, business to consumer sales via online platforms are growing exponentially. So usually what happened in the good olden days within the industry was you had to purchase these products via a gymnasium, or a retailer. However, nowadays online sales are going through the roof, and ketogenic and low carb snacks had come into the picture with something called a keto diet. I will talk about keto diet later on. So a keto diet, in a nutshell, is a situation where the diet consists of low carbohydrates, but the protein content as well as the fat content is extremely high. So that's a new methodology which had come in. So keto diets had been adopted, or keto based protein bars and protein shakes can be found in the market nowadays. And clean labeling had come in, where these manufacturers opt for the use of fewer ingredients, because customers are looking for extreme levels of sustainability. Customers are only purchasing from sustainable companies. So this had forced manufacturers to use fewer ingredients, and there should be no artificial additives. If that is the case, the consumers are not going to purchase these products. And on top of that, they have to be transparent when it comes to sourcing raw material, which as well as the production processes involved when producing protein bars as well as protein shakes. And there's a high level of personalization as well. Workout snacks, now manufacturers are providing workout snacks which mirror fitness schedules of each and every individual. You just need to log into the website, input your fitness schedule, and based on that, the manufacturer will come up with a workout snack which is personalized for you. However, this personalization, because of it, the prices charged are a bit high. So premium pricing has been adopted for these personalized um, workout snacks. And sustainability is key. Eco-friendly packaging, ethical sourcing, as well as reduced carbon emissions is key within the industry. And plant-based workout snacks have become the norm as well. So hemp-based, soy-based, and pea protein-based vegan ranges had come into the picture as well. All right, so that's about what happens within the industry. So having covered this area, let's try to understand the internal dynamics of personal best. So first things first, let's look at what your role is. You are supposed to play the role of a finance officer working within the finance department of personal best. So what are the roles of a finance officer? Your focus is about the short term, because you are at the lowest level of the organization. You are involved with daily operations of the company. So as an individual who is at the operational level, your focus should be on the short term. And you will be involved with budget setting as well as conducting variance analysis. You will be involved with carrying out costing initiatives, digital costing included. You will be involved with working capital management as well as short-term risk management. In an overall sense, you are supposed to assist decision making. So as a finance officer, you are not supposed to come up with recommendations, develop strategies, and whatnot. Instead, your role is to assist decision making. So, most of the time, in most of the questions, you will be reporting to your finance manager or some other manager within the organization. That's what you need to remember. So, you are not supposed to make recommendations. Instead, you are supposed to assist decision making. All right, so let's look at the company. Personal Best is a company that manufactures and sells protein bars and protein powders. So, as I highlighted within the industry analysis, the company Personal Best is focused on manufacturing two main product categories. Number one, manufacturing protein bars, and number two, protein powders. Okay, so as a manufacturer and seller, definitely, the examiner will test your understanding about standard costing as well as various different costing methods, especially activity-based costing, as well as your knowledge pertaining to cost volume profit analysis or CVP analysis. So these are the probable areas which can be tested, since this company is a manufacturer and seller of protein bars and protein powders. And the company is involved with manufacturing pre or post workout snacks, as I highlighted earlier. And the company is based in Zealand, and the currency of the country is $. Okay, so Personal Best was founded 5 years ago by Julia Matthews, Penny Sanchez, and Hema Bhatt. So what you need to understand is the company started just 5 years back, and this makes it a startup. So this is a startup in its growth phase. So since the company is still in the growth phase, it has significant potential to grow into the future. And the three founders, when they got together, what they had done is they have exploited a gap in the market. So these three founders got together and they debated what their ideal post workout snack should be. Okay, so these three individuals are extremely dedicated and committed towards fitness, and these three were friends before they found the business, and they were debating amongst themselves about the ideal post workout snack. And ultimately they came up with a product where they believed that the product should offer convenience to customers when fulfilling their post workout related snack needs. So convenience was high on the list of priorities, and they decided unanimously that an individually wrapped snack bar would be best. So what are we trying to offer? So at the inception, the founders were focused on offering high protein bars, which consists of high proteins, no added sugar, should taste good, and should be a convenient post-workout snack. So, and this product was focused on working men and women interested in fitness. So these were the primary product offerings of Personal Best's protein bars. They were high in protein. There weren't any added sugar. It was supposed to taste good, and it should be a convenient post-workout snack. That's what the founders believed in, and that's what they have replicated when developing the protein bars which are manufactured by the company. And the founders approached several manufacturing companies with a view to outsourcing production, and they were turned down by them all. So that's typical of a startup. And because of this, the founders remortgaged their homes and invested their life savings in setting up a small manufacturing plant. So this gives us an indication about the type of manufacturing we are involved with, where the company is involved with 100% in-house manufacturing. And based on this information, definitely your understanding about make or buy decisions will be tested, because we need to consider outsourcing options as well. And outsourcing options have been mentioned within the Preseen document on multiple occasions. So when outsourcing, you need to look at how to look at the numbers pertaining to outsourcing. You need to consider the variable cost, compare it with the prices charged by the outsourced party, and you need to carry out further calculations before finalizing your decision as to whether you need to pursue outsourcing or you need to stick to manufacturing in-house. So all these areas have been covered within one of the mocks which I've developed. So if you go through all the mocks, you'd understand what type of areas you need to cover when make or buy decision based question is thrown at you. And looking at the marketing strategy adopted at the inception, the founders primarily focused on social media marketing. And you know uh, at the inception, the company was able to attract social media influencers, and these influencers since inception has worked for the company free of charge. Why? Because these influencers love the products offered by the company. So this gives us an indication about how serious this company is about fulfilling the needs of its customers. So the company is extremely focused on satisfying customers. They are customer centric, and because of that, customers love PB's products. That's exactly why social media influencers work on behalf of or conduct social media campaigns on behalf of the company free of charge. And since inception, the company has attracted positive word of mouths from innovative and because they conducted innovative and engaging campaigns. So the examiner gives you an indication about the type of innovative campaigns the company carries out. So one such campaign is where the company uh, had come up with um, uh, 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 um, a monthly they have come up with a prize so that the users, they just need to log into the website and come up with a diet which is based on or a recipe which is based on products manufactured by PB. And once you upload it, they'll select the best recipe, and they will give a prize on a monthly basis. So that's what's covered via the website. And these guys are utilizing their website not only to drive sales, but to drive customer engagement as well. Tips on fulfilling the workout needs of customers, as well as there's a discussion thread where different customers can get together and share their ideas with each other. There is a recipe program as well, as I highlighted earlier. And on top of that, they bring in different social media influencers, where the social media influencers themselves can provide tips pertaining to health and well-being, which is definitely going to drive customer engage into the future as well. So that's what has happened within the company. And growth in the first year of trading was so rapid that new premises and additional plant and machinery had to be acquired in order to keep up with demand. So at the during the first year, the company had faced exponential growth. So this shows that this is a successful startup. If you look at startups out there, 90% of the 90% of the time startups fail. Only 10% of startups enter the growth phase. So this company, which started just 5 years back, is already in the growth phase, and their revenues had kept on increasing since inception, which shows that the three founders have gotten things right, and the company is doing what is right and satisfying customers as much as possible. So exponential initial growth is typical of a successful startup. And when the business the size of the business improves, then the founders have kept on investing, thereby purchasing additional property, plant and equipment with the intention of fulfilling the demand in the market. So based on this information, the probable areas which can be tested are your knowledge pertaining to IAS 16 property, plant and equipment, because whenever we are purchasing some type of asset or property, plant or equipment, there's a way in which you need to account for it in your books. So you need to be really conversant with property, plant and equipment. Then after acquiring PPE, you need to depreciate them. Depreciation is also covered under property, plant and equipment. And on top of that, whilst purchasing new property, plant and equipment, you'd have to let go of, or you might have to sell the already existing old machines. That's where revaluation related accounting comes into the picture. Again, revaluations are covered under property, plant and equipment. So all these syllabus areas will definitely be tested at your real exam. And rather than purchasing property, plant and equipment outright, we can opt for lease agreements as well. So because of that, IFRS 16 leases, your knowledge pertinent to IFRS 16 leases will definitely be tested at the exam. And there's absolutely nothing for you to worry, because we have covered these areas within our mock exams. And let's look at what the company had done within the first 3 years of trading. So this gives us an indication about how the company had grown in the first 3 years. So in the first 2 years of trading, the founders increased the range of flavors with limited editions. So, the founders had found out that the demand for their product is growing. With that, they have increased the range of flavors which they offered, and they had started, coming up with limited editions or different types of flavors which are only available during a specific time period. And they received continuous support from social media influencers free of charge. So I highlighted this point earlier. So right at the inception of the company, social media influencers had helped the company free of charge. And in the first 2 years, the same trend can be seen as well. And these guys had relaunched the website within the first 2 years. That's typical, because when you start a business for the first time, you'd come up with a basic website, but later on, after understanding the customer needs properly, and after identifying the technicalities behind running a website, any startup which is successful will end up changing the website. So that's exactly what the company had done. And they have recruited a distribution team as well, because when it comes to distributing the products, you need to distribute it to the retailers, as well as if someone purchases via our website, then you need to get it delivered to the customer. So with that in mind, the owners had recruited a distribution team within the first 2 years of trading as well. And in the third year of trading, they have introduced protein powder. So what you need to remember is, the company had been operating for the past 5 years, out of which in the first 2 years, the company was only selling protein bars. And since they were successful in doing it, in the third year of trading, they have pursued related diversification. Thereby, they started producing protein powders, and the founders had made sure that the protein powders which Personal Best offers are smooth, creamy, and delicious. And looking at the culture of the organization, the culture is based on entrepreneurial spirit, and this is typical uh, in a startup, because a startup culture has a lot of risk taking, open-mindedness, informal communication, group decision making. So all these things can be found within this company as well. And this has attracted enthusiastic, like-minded staff members, which is going to be beneficial for the company in the long run. And looking at the financials as at the year ended 2023, revenues stood at C dollars 23.9 million. The gross profit was C dollars 8.4 million, and the profit before tax was C dollars 1.2 million. So based on all these things, I've conducted an overall analysis. So we can see that revenues had grown in a continuous manner since inception, which is a strength of the company. and the company has been able to achieve a higher level of customer satisfaction and loyalty. That's exactly why their sales are growing. That's exactly why social media influencers are working for the company free of charge. So this is again another strength enjoyed by the company, and there is a high level of coherence and synergy between founder directors. So the founder directors are working extremely closely to each other without any conflicts, and this had resulted in the success the company has faced again, which can be considered as a strength of the company. And the company, as I told you earlier, has an entrepreneurial culture. So definitely these guys will be exploiting opportunities into the future as well. They will have a risk positive attitude towards what they do and the way in which they conduct the business into the future. All right, then let's look at the mission and ethos of the company. The mission is to help all customers to achieve their own personal best and to live their best life. So, the mission statement of the company is primarily focused on helping customers. So, if you are trying to help customers, the best way to help your customer is to listen to your customers. So, once you go through the pre-scene analysis videos, all 4 pre-scene analysis videos in its entirety, you'd understand how the company is using its website to achieve this, to help customers as much as possible. So I invite you guys to go through all 4 pre-scene analysis videos, because in the second one, where I've highlighted the internal dynamics, I've gotten, I've explained the nitty-gritties pertaining to how they use their website to increase customer engagement. Whenever you are focused on increasing customer engagement, it leads to higher sales. And when you are listening to your customers, it leads to customer loyalty. And when you have a set of loyal customers, they'll keep on purchasing from you forever. Okay, so that's what their mission is. So that's a good mission statement. Then let's look at the ethos of the company. The company is adamant about sourcing their ingredients from sustainable sources, and on top of that, they are involved with, they are extremely interested in achieving ethical sourcing. Why are they like that? Because nowadays customers are only purchasing from manufacturers who use ethically sourced ingredients, as well as manufacturers or service providers who are sustainable. And the company aims to be carbon neutral within 4 years. So if they are to achieve this, they have to achieve these 3 things. They have to improve their supply chains, improve manufacturing, and improve logistics. So in all these areas, if they are to improve the supply chain, if they are to improve their manufacturing and improve their logistics, definitely they will have to utilize information systems for their benefit. Because if they do, then they can track inefficiencies in each of these areas and drive out inefficiencies. And whilst driving out inefficiencies, definitely our we will be in a position to achieve carbon neutral status in the upcoming years. And the company also believes in maintaining good supply relationships, because once you go through the second pre-scene analysis video, you'd understand the type of supply relationships the company enjoys, the type of raw material, packaging material, and accessories the company is purchasing from various local as well as international suppliers. So when sourcing certain ingredients, main ingredients, the company goes for sole sourcing agreements with the prime objective of ensuring that they purchase the highest quality raw material as well as packaging material. So if you are to purchase the highest quality raw material and packaging material, it's of utmost importance that the company goes for collaborative supply relationships. Just going for collaborative relationships won't help. The company needs to ensure that they maintain these collaborative supply relationships. So rather than going for competitive supply relationships, it's better if the company can go for collaborative supply relationships. Then looking at the website, certain functionalities of the website is mentioned in here, but all the relevant information are highlighted in the second video. So the website offers nutritional and fitness advice to customers, and the website supports chat rooms as well. So because the company believes in the value of listening to customers, and as I told you earlier, the company is offering prizes as well. They select the best recipe on a weekly basis, best recipe which is developed using PB's products, and this had led to a situation where customer engagement is mainly driven by this best recipe contest. So based on this information, what I've evaluated is the company will have to invest on software and processes to achieve the carbon goals, as I told you earlier. And collaborative supplier relationships are vital. And it appears that the company is still focused on in-house manufacturing as well as processing. So based on this information, you know, the type of probable areas which can be tested are your knowledge pertaining to supply chain management, sustainability, as well as CSR, as well as make or buy decisions. All right, so let me take you to page number 9 quickly. I just want to highlight what these guys are. Yeah, they are manufacturing, not the manufacturing process. Page number 9, I've missed it. Give me a second, please. Yeah, so I want to further elaborate about the type of products which this company offers. So as I told you earlier, two main types of products are sold by the company: protein bars and protein powders. So first things first, let's look at what type of protein bars the company sells to customers. So the company is involved with selling three main types of protein bars: peanut flavored protein bars, almond flavors protein bars, and cashew flavored protein bars. So under the protein bar category product portfolio, there are three main types of products sold: peanut flavored bars, almond flavored bars, and cashew flavored bars. You need to remember these things. And under the peanut flavored protein bar category, they offer 16 different flavors which are sold year round. So these are manufactured on a continuous basis. However, they offer special flavors as well, and these special flavors are only sold during a certain time period. So there is seasonality in sales when it comes to special flavors. However, the normal flavors are sold year round. And in order to manufacture the peanut bars, peanut protein bars, this company needs to have access to peanut butter, and peanut butter is manufactured in-house. So manufacturing peanut butter is a vital component of the production process of the company. That you need to remember that. So although this company is only producing two main types of products as at now, protein bars and protein powders, they have a separate peanut butter production facility with the intention of ensuring they have access to high quality peanut butter, a nutritious peanut butter, at their disposal. So rather than getting it from or purchasing it from a third party supplier, because of the quality concerns, because of the nutritional value, because we need to uphold the nutritional value, the company is focused on manufacturing peanut butter in-house. And looking at almond and cashew product categories, there are 12 flavors which are sold year round. And the almond and cashew protein bars had won accolades as well. The Blackberry Blast won the Sport Nutrition Bar Award as well. So which is good, which is a strength of the company. Looking at the sales channels, we are involved with B2B as well as B2C sales. So B2B is a situation where we sell to a business to business marketing. So we are selling our produce to gyms as well as leading retailers. And we also have our website, and via the website we are selling our products as well. which comes under the B2C category. So based on all this information, the probable areas which can be tested are your knowledge pertaining to standard costing, inventory management, because they have mentioned that, in the second video, I've explained that already. Um, uh, when sourcing certain raw material, they purchase in bulk because these guys are looking for bulk purchase discounts, and because of that they have adopted an EOQ, or economic order quantity method, when it comes to purchasing raw material. So your knowledge pertaining to EOQ based inventory management as well as JIT purchasing or JIT inventory management will be tested at the examination. And risk and uncertainty, your knowledge pertaining to risk and uncertainty, as well as, since the company is offering multiple products, multi-product break-even charts will definitely be tested at your exam. So you have nothing to worry, because all these areas are covered within the mock exams which we have developed. Then looking at protein powders, PB's protein powders are gluten free, high, they have a high nutritional content, and it has a unique milkshake like taste, because if you had consumed protein powders, you would know some of the protein powders have a really bad odor, as well as it doesn't taste too good. However, PB is not like that. PB has made sure that their protein powders have a unique milkshake like taste, and these protein powders mix well with water as well, which is gonna satisfy customers, because there are certain brands out there in the market where you can't easily mix the protein powder with water. If that is the case, you can't consume it easily, but that's not the case at PB. And they are offering 7 different flavored protein powders, and they are also planning about introducing 3 new flavors in the future. So you can expect a probable exam scenario where these guys are focused on introducing a new flavor to the market. And the ingredients which are used in the protein powders, especially whey powder, are locally sourced, with the intention of ensuring that they are sourcing high quality whey powder. So probable exam scenarios could be with regards to introducing new flavors, entering a new market. Again, if you refer to Preseen analysis video number 2, the examiner has highlighted that the company is focused on expanding to another country, which is known as Melland. Melland uses the C dollar as their functional currency, just like us. So definitely there will be a question about the company expanding into Melland, and there could be a question about sourcing from a new supplier or a new set of suppliers, and when doing it, what we need to do when conducting evaluation. So all these areas will be tested, and all these areas are covered within our mock exams. All right. Having said that, it brings us to the end of the first part of the pre-scene analysis. Any questions, folks? I hope you guys understood what I highlighted. Any questions or any doubts? So if you are to, thank you, Christabel, for your positive feedback as well. So if you are to understand the entire pre-scene document, I ask you guys to watch the all four pre-scene analysis videos, which can be purchased via the paid or accessed via the paid content. So before we wind up, let me remind you about our achievements. So we have achieved certain national ranks. So there are 3 individuals who had gotten the second place or ranked second in their respective countries, and we have an individual who had gained the 3rd place as well. So all these individuals got more than 100 marks. You are supposed to get just 80 marks out of 150 to pass, but all these individuals ended up getting more than 100 marks. For instance, this student got 109 marks. Why? Because they stuck to the study plan and attempted a mock per week via the exam platform. So if you stick to our process and stick to our study plan, you can easily pass your examination. Not just pass your examination, you might get a national rank as well. All right, then let me remind you about the £50 discount which we are offering on the CIMA OCS premium pack. So if you pay in full, rather than opting for the installment plan, if you pay in full, you can save £50 instantaneously. All right. If you have any questions, you can raise them. Seems like there aren't any, so I'm gonna end the session. So if you want to contact us, you can do it via our website, which is www.study@tcs.com, or email us at info@study@tcs.com, or drop us a message on WhatsApp and we will respond. And I urge you guys to follow us on our social media handles. The recorded version of tonight's webinar will be uploaded to our website under the free content, as well as will be uploaded onto YouTube. So I expect you guys to follow us on YouTube, as well as follow us on TikTok, because in the upcoming week, we will be releasing 3 TikTok videos, which covers the entire pre-scene, or which is a good, rather a great summary of the entire pre-scene. And the videos will cover the entire pre-scene within just 9 minutes. And if you keep on watching these 3 videos on a daily basis, there's absolutely nothing for you to do when it comes to memorizing the most important information. Instead, you just need to refer to these 3 TikTok videos. So follow us on our social media handles, and check out our blog posts as well, which can be accessed via our website itself. All right, so having said that, it brings us to the end of tonight's webinar. I hope you guys gained something out of this, and I hope you understood what the company is up to and what type of an industry the company is operating in. And I expect that you guys will stick to the study plan which we have provided. And, according to the study plan, in the upcoming week, you should focus primarily on going through the pre-scene and understanding it thoroughly before you start attempting mock exams. So do it right now. Start your preparations right now, so that you would have enough and more time to relax closer to the exam. Because if you are relaxing closer to the exam, then you'd gain extremely good marks. So stick to the study plan. If you do, you'd gain more than 100 marks, and you might end up achieving a national prize as well. So thank you very much for joining in, guys. I'll see you guys at the next webinar, where I will be taking you through answering techniques. It's an important webinar. I hope you'd take part of you'd attend that webinar as well. So thank you very much. Good night and take care.